So I'm a competitive person. I hate to lose. I hate being ranked number 2, even though I said rankings don't matter. I still hate it. Because there's always the opportunity to get one more higher. So what I've done here is I've aggregated some of the tools that I use to help me get an idea for how competitive the landscape is and who's out there and what they're doing. How many of you have seen or heard of Quantcast? SpyFu? Okay. And Compete. There we go. It's the same like Are you reading my blog? No. Thank you. There were all links from there, but obviously that's not it. So hopefully we're going to change that after today, right? Thank you. All right. So let's start with SpyFu. It's a funny sounding URL, but you know what? It gives you a lot of information on your competitors. I put in jennycraig.com. It's telling me right here, on average, what they're spending on a day-to-day basis on pay-per-click. Is it a wide range? Yes, it's a huge range. But it's better than saying, I have no idea what they spend. It's telling you how many clicks they typically get on a day, what they're paying on average cost per click, what their average position is, how many people are competing with them on average, how many clicks they're getting a day, etc., etc. It tells you terms that they're ranking well for, organically, and if you sign up for their service and click more, you can get all of them. It's also telling you the pay-per-click ads in terms that they're targeting. Average weight height chart, benching chart, etc. What's very interesting that I found when I was doing research on this is I guess it would be the European Spelling Program. That might be a really low-hanging fruit type of opportunity you don't have to pay as high of a per click on that a lot of people probably don't know about. By using these kinds of tools, it should open your eyes up to opportunities you may have otherwise not even known existed. And then it gives you your top organic competitors over here to the left, so who all is trying to rank well for these terms as well, and all the folks that are also working with trying to compete with them on a pay-per-click basis. It's a really neat tool. It's free. You can search by URL. You can search by keyword. So you can find out, well, if I type in, online diet, well, then it'll tell you, well, who are all the people that are doing that, what they're paying for, etc. It is free. If you're not using it, you should start now. Compete. Stay on the weight loss bend. If you look at Compete, I looked at LA Weight Loss, Jenny Craig, and eDiets. This is giving me their traffic patterns. And of course, December, January, I'm going to work out this year, and I'm going to lose weight, and then it just tails off just like the trend does. Yes?
How reliable is this information? How do they know how many clicks we generate on the website?
How many of you have the same question, which is, where does this data come from, and how do they know it's accurate? This company, from what I have heard, they spider pay-per-click ads all day long. So they're probably clicking on ads that you're paying for, and it's why costs for pay-per-click are going through the roof. But they're following these trends. They're just using millions of terms and bringing them into a database and then cutting them all up and then giving this information. And there's a good chance that this information is far from totally accurate. But you know what? Isn't it better than sitting there going, I don't know what they're spending. It's something. It's a start. It's not to go, and with any of these tools, there's a flaw inherent in every one of these tools. So you don't take any one of them and run and change your marketing strategy. But you know what you can see? You can see trends in this. Because the flaw that exists today is the same flaw that exists 3 months from now. So you don't look at the numbers, you look at the trends. Are they increasing their ad spend? Are there new terms that I see that they're targeting? Are they decreasing in certain spaces that I can now get into and take advantage of if they're no longer paying per click? Or is there a reason why they're not paying per click for those terms anymore? It's a way to give you insight into looking at your competitors. Compete, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, great. Compete is a site that basically allows you to compare different URLs. In my opinion, I never used Alexa. I have never used Alexa because I never had confidence in their data because it's all based on people that download their toolbar. When's the last time you went to someone's computer and said, oh, you have the Alexa toolbar installed? You have the Google toolbar installed. Right. If this information came from Google or Yahoo or even MSN, I'd be more likely to believe it, but who in here has the Alexa toolbar installed? A few. Not nearly as many. So I never really looked at Alexa. So when you look at these terms here, or you look at these sites, it's giving you an idea of how many people visited the site, what the difference in their traffic pattern was for the month, are they getting an increase or a decrease in visits, and it allows you to look at that next to your competition. Once again, their data they get from ISPs and a bunch of other options, so therefore it's not so, I don't think it's as skewed. as the Alexa data, but it's just another way to keep an eye on your competition. You can look at information like where their ranks are. You can look at like pages viewed per visit, an average stay, how long they spend, and you can compare yourself to your to the other folks that are in your space that way. So we've done that one. Let's see here. SpyFu, Compete, Quantcast, one of my favorites. Let's go to Quantcast. I don't want to overload any other stuff. Let's go back here. If I can type, I'd be dangerous. Okay, there we go. Actually, with Quantcast, I don't have to wait for that to load because I have a sample I can give you. So I'll get to the Quantcast in a second. Quantcast actually kicks out data like telling you what keywords. So you can put it into one of your competitors' URLs. It'll come back and tell you what keywords people typically type in to find them. And here we go for Saab. What was interesting to me is I expect to see Saab cars, Saab, not build your own car, but Infiniti, Audi. Makes a little bit of sense, right? Free sweepstakes and Britney Spears pictures were absolute shocks to me. And I said, well, Britney Spears pictures, I don't want to research that too much because we all know what she's been photographed doing lately. So I said, let me focus on free sweepstakes and see why all of a sudden with Saab, other than the fact that they're totally cheating, be ranking well for where they're free sweepstakes. So by using Quantcast, I said, well, what's the common, let me go back, sorry about that. I'm going to hit one. Let me go back. And of course I'm going forward. Back. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. So I started looking up this GiveMeAccess.com. I said, what is this thing they're doing with ePrize? There's something they're probably doing there. There's some kind of marketing relationship I'd like to know about. And sure enough, we were able to find out that they're doing it at that time of year. They were doing a push for this website called Give Me Access, and they were paying ePrize to do a campaign for them to drive some kind of sweepstakes. And that's how, using Compete, I was able to see when that campaign went live and when it ended. I love finding out information about other people's websites. Once again, this information is all free. These tools so far, everything that you've seen is absolutely and totally free. Does someone want to see one of their competitors and what they're doing? Anybody want us to throw one up? None of you are remotely curious about any of your competitors? Please.
Magazines.com?
Magazines.com. Let's go out to Quantcast and let's put in Magazines.com. Let's let this puppy load. Once again, Quantcast, they pull their data from a lot of different sources. Is it the absolute end-all, be-all? No, it's not. But is it an indication? Absolutely. And it takes a little bit of a while to crunch the numbers, so I'm going to go right back to this one as soon as I get the heads up that it's been loaded. So we'll get right back to that Magazines.com.